Greetings, everyone. My name is Kelvin O. Howard Jr., and I'm the Director of Operations of Queens Pride here in the city of New York and the county of Queens. That's right, y'all. It's a Queens thing. Queens Pride was founded in 1992 by current city council member Daniel Drum and other community leaders and organizers in response to the murder of Julio Rivera and other gay men that were being murdered here in the city. And because of our generous sponsors and grassroots donations from community members and supporters like you, we have been able to produce our annual multicultural festival and parade right here in the heart of Jackson Heights. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we're going virtual and we cannot take it to the streets. But this too shall pass. And when it does, we will be back on in the streets doing what we do best. And we ask that you continue to support the work that we're doing here at Queens Pride by using the link below. That's right, guys. Use the link below to donate. So on behalf of all of us at Queens Pride, we love you, we thank you. And in the words of one of our current co-chairs and my mentor, Mo George, remember, it's always someone's first pride. Happy 2020 Pride. Use the link below. That's right, you. Use the link. Bye, guys, and thank you for your support.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Candy Samples.
And I'm Marcus Woolen.
Yes, you are. And we're here. We're together. We're together doing Queen's Pride. Hashtag Queen's Pride.
We're together.
Inside.
Together yet distant.
Yes.
At Queen's Pride.
Well, and so Marcus, tell the world. They want to know, where are you?
I am in Fort Lauderdale. I am not in Queens. My heart is breaking. I am not in my home borough, but I am in Fort Lauderdale right now, and I've been here since March, and I miss home so much.
Well, we miss you. I miss you especially. I think this is the time where we're warming up and we're getting ready to start the parade. And we get there to the post office, the old post office in Jackson Heights, and we get there so early. And I'm always so worried that day of Queen's Pride, it's going to rain. And what hair am I going to wear? Or the wind?
Right.
And it's crazy. So, and I know nothing, Marcus, prepared me for pandemic.
Nothing prepared me for pandemic. Right now, I always think right now of Donald, setting up our sound system.
Right. Let's give a shout out.
All of our volunteers.
Right.
All the volunteers who've helped us out year after year after year, unpaid, unthanked, but this is, it takes so many people to make Pride happen, and I miss that whole family that's grown up around creating Queen's Pride.
We really have become a family. And I moved to New York 20 years ago this year. This September makes 20 years. So I'm about to
Happy
celebrate.
New York anniversary.
Thank you. I tell you, I ain't leaving now. Yeah, I'm like, you got me. But I got involved with Queen's Pride probably in the early 2000s. And I performed on the main stage. I did some shows and sang my original music. And it was such a hit. And then back in, I think it was 2012, I believe is when I started hosting with you. You were already doing it.
Maybe even 2011.
It could have been. It could have
It
been.
was 2011. I think my first year was 2009. And I was with another lovely lady, and then the next year I was by myself, and then you joined me, and I feel like we found a partnership that's just enduring.
I tell you, and the miles can't keep us apart.
They can't. And I have to tell our audience that we didn't plan this, but clearly I've matched my T-shirt to your eyeshadow.
Oh, I love it.
And we do this every year. Somehow we just know, and we automatically are wearing the right thing.
And it works. It works. It works. There was the year like there were the purple shirts, and I had a purple dress, and it was always something. Now you can get up. I'm a little trapped where I am, but you just showed me earlier your
Oh yeah,
shirt.
yeah. Watch out! I
Oh,
have a cat disaster happening.
there's,
Okay.
there's things. This is live, y'all.
This is live. There are critters all over. No, I've got my pandemic silence equals death, ignorance equals fear shirt, and I thought this is the perfect shirt for a pandemic because I think there's so many things about this that have made the concept of knowledge has become politicized somehow, and I think that's crazy. The virus doesn't care, and we have all in the gay community have all lived with this. Viruses don't care about politics; they do what they do. You have to respond and be smart about it. And I think as much as we're having a pride remotely, this is how we do it this year, and it doesn't mean we're any less proud. We are incredibly proud.
Right, and we are so. I just want to talk about someone who's doing some amazing things. Monica,
Yes.
Monica, who's a member of Queen's Pride. She has been making these masks that we're all wearing in the month of June.
I love them.
And so she made me one. I modeled it, and so she's been posting that on Facebook over the course of the past several weeks. But she's been doing that, and we are Queens. I mean, we are Elmhurst Hospital.
Yes.
We are where the people that are really out there using their powers for good and taking care of us here in New York City. And I'm so proud to be a member of the Queens community. I don't know about you.
Oh, I am so proud to be a member of the Queens community. The people who we see working so hard in the hospitals, out of the hospitals, food service, people who are delivering food, keeping the grocery stores open. There's so many people to thank that are making it possible for the rest of us to weather the storm.
I'm so proud. I'm really proud of us,
So
Queen.
proud.
And this is not just LGBTQ IA pride. This is everybody's pride. This is really Queen's pride.
This is Queen's Pride.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever virtual Queen's Pride. My name is Mo George, and I'm one of the co-chairs of Queen's Pride.
Hi there, my name is Zachariah Boyer, and I'm the other co-chair of Queen's Pride. We're so excited that you're able to join us today. I'd like to introduce you to our fellow board members, Monica, Stephen, and Bill, our operations director, Kelvin O'Howell Jr., and our super volunteers, Ari, Greg, and Andrew, all of whom helped to put this amazing program together.
When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, we knew it would be difficult for Pride Month, and anything for that matter, to continue on as normal.
In spite of everything, we knew that a celebration that brought us all together, even virtually, was something our community needed.
So we started rounding up our longtime marchers and performers, and we asked each of them to send a video or performance for today.
Queen's Pride has always been a community-driven affair, and every video submission today reflects that. From Historia to Little Neck to Jackson Heights, from Jackson Heights to Howard Beach.
We would like to thank every community group, resident, organization, and elected official here in Queens for taking the time to make a video.
Today's virtual Pride has over 4 hours of content. Community videos and drag performances will be followed by a DJ dance party.
Astoria's very own drag queen and Queen of the Bears Candy Samples will be playing the role of host along with Jackson Heights resident extraordinaire Marcus Woolen. They will be introducing our guest speakers and our amazing videos.
But before we start this event, we really want to take a moment and acknowledge the recent actions that led to the death of George Floyd and countless others who have lost their lives in the struggle for justice and equality. Our community stands in solidarity with those most affected by this tragedy. Brutality and murder perpetrated by any persons or group will never, ever be tolerated. We also want to lift up those who we have lost, not only in New York, but across the world due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We have been hit especially hard in Elmhurst, Queens. We are the epicenter. We want to thank every single person on the earth that is helping those who are sick, helping folks recover, and helping those who are grieving.
we'd like to take a moment of silence for those that we have lost.
Thank you. And thank you for being with us today. Without further ado, welcome to Virtual Queens Pride. Follow along on Twitter and Facebook using the hashtags #QueensPrideInside and #QueensPride.
Enjoy the show.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride.
Right.
Okay, so first up, our very first parade float, as you will, our virtual parade float, is the inimitable, the incomparable, the founder of Queen's Pride, a former New York City school teacher who has become our city councilman. It's hard to understate his impact on this parade, on the LGBTQ community, and on the larger community of both Jackson Heights, Queens, and New York City. The amazing, the brilliant, the frequently rainbow-feathered Daniel Drum.
Woohoo! Hi, everyone. I'm New York City Council member Danny Drum, and I'm also the founder of Queen's Pride. Back in 1992, a lot of people thought I was crazy when I said we need to have a pride parade and festival here in the borough of Queens. It had never been done in any borough outside of Manhattan before. But you know, the time was right. They had just murdered Julio Rivera on the corner of 78th Street and 37th Avenue. And my school board president, Mary Cummins, had come out in opposition to the children of the Rainbow curriculum. That's what catapulted me into the leadership of the Queens movement. I said, we need to define ourselves. We cannot allow homophobes to define who we are. And visibility is our biggest enemy. So we needed to put a face on the tens of thousands of LGBT people who live in the borough of Queens. And that's why we started Queen's Pride. Now, 28 years later, we find ourselves in a pandemic. And this is the first year that we're actually not going to march down 37th Avenue. But we have much to celebrate. We have marriage equality. We have so many things that I could never have dreamed of when I first came out in 1973 to my mother. And many of those things are due to the movement that we've had here in the borough of Queens. So we need to continue that, and we need to move forward, even though we are in the middle of this pandemic. That's why I'm so proud that Queen's Pride has moved forward with this virtual Pride celebration. I want to thank Mo, George, and Zachariah Boyer, and all the members of the Queen's Pride Board for all of the hard work that they have done to put this virtual Pride celebration together. It's really important that we remain visible and present in all communities in the borough of Queens and beyond. Again, this is Danny Drum saying thank you to Queen's Pride. Now, let's celebrate and have some fun.
And this is another thing about Queen's Pride that's so wonderful, right, Marcus? That this year we're going to miss the families out on the sidewalk.
It is. I love that's one of the things I love so much about the parade. It is a neighborhood parade. It is a borough parade. It is not a massive corporate advertising parade. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate the corporate support of other parades, but this is such a hometown parade, and I love that. I see, there's such a diverse community of people living in Jackson Heights and in Queens in general, and everyone comes out and watches the parade. And it's so wonderful to see, like, kids watching Colombian drag queens walk past and see their eyes light up. It's really a wonderful experience. I love being a part of that community. I love that joy that happens every year.
I do too, and I hope they're all watching. I hope you're watching from home, and you just pulled your stroller right up to the computer where you're watching it stream, and you're just having a parade experience, because that's what we're going to give you today.
We are going to give that to you today. Yes, indeed. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
Y'all ready? Take two. Action.
All right. Pipes here, president of Sirens Women's Motorcycle Club of New York City. It's been tradition that we start off Pride, revving our engines, roaring down the street. This year, we're kicking it off a little differently as COVID has affected us all. Let's celebrate all those living and lost, including our beloved sister Kimisaki, who called Brooklyn her home. We love you, Kim. 3, 2, 1. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
I think we nailed it.
We're good.
Bitches, I'm hot, yo.
I'm Danny Meyer, the president of American Veterans for Equal Rights New York, the LGBT Military Veterans Service Organization. Our members patriotically served our nation from World War II to the present, and we proudly march in the Queen's Pride Parade every year. If you're a gay veteran or are gay and thinking of joining the military, send us an email at glbtvetsnyc@yahoo.com. That's glbtvetsnyc@yahoo.com. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride, everyone. Thank you, Queen's Pride, for making me an honorary Grand Marshal this year. I'm Julian Sanjeevan, and I'm one of the co-presidents of Interpride. I'm non-binary. I go by they, them, their pronouns. I'm a person of color. I'm an asylee. I am an immigrant. I am HIV positive, and I identify as demisexual. As members of the LGBT+ community, and not forgetting our allies, let's celebrate how intersectional we are as a community. I'm truly honored to be here to commemorate and to protest together with you. As you enjoy your day, I do hope you take a moment to appreciate the hard work of all our frontliners who helped us through the last few months, which were extremely challenging. As New Yorkers, we were ravaged by COVID-19, job losses, and are going through one of the toughest economic crises since the Great Depression. Let's also remind ourselves that just like our fight for equality for our community, the fight for racial justice continues. You can't fight for equality without fighting for racial justice. What happened to George Floyd is outrageous. The shocking deaths of many Black trans people are unacceptable. Police brutality and systemic racism erode our society. Our work is far from done. Donate to social justice causes, protest safely, and educate yourself about these issues. Stand up for those who are deprived of justice. Now, despite our ongoing fight, take a moment to celebrate yourself. Celebrate you. Just like Mama Ru always says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Happy Pride.
Happy Pride Month from the Drum Corps. We wanted to wish everyone a happy, safe, and healthy Pride Month and hope that you are all celebrating it up this month. We're so sorry that we can't be there to celebrate with you, but we look forward to when we can all be together again and celebrate. Happy Pride Month.
I want to give a shout out to the bisexual and pansexual community.
A shout out to the immigrant community. Happy Pride.
I want to give a shout out to the lesbian and gay community. Happy Pride.
I would like to give a shout out to our transgender, non-conforming, and non-binary community. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. I want to give a shout out to our straight allies.
Happy Pride. I want to give a shout out to our intersex and asexual communities. Happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Hello, this is Mickey Heller, co-chair of Brooklyn Pride, and since I'm coming to you from my home, I don't need to continue to wear this beautiful rainbow mask. Thank you, Monica and Ariel. We at Brooklyn Pride would like to congratulate our Queens Pride family on the incredible work they're doing in the community. And we'd also like to invite you to come join us for Brooklyn Pride. Beginning Tuesday evening, June 9, is our Dine with Pride Home Edition Trivia Contest. And of course, you can register right now for our virtual 5K run before it sells out. For more information, you can look at our website, www.brooklynpride.org, or check us out on Facebook, Brooklyn Pride, Inc. Happy Pride, and here's some more information.
Hi, this is Cam from the entertainment team. Wanted to take a moment to wish Queens a happy Pride and also extend an invite for you guys to join us Thursday, June 11th for a virtual drag bingo. Check out Eventbrite for details, and once again, happy Pride.
Hello, Queens. This is Jamie from Brooklyn Pride. I'm really bummed that we're not going to be able to gather in person this year, but on behalf of all of us here at Brooklyn Pride, I want to wish a big congratulations to our friends in Queens for putting together this amazing virtual event. Even though Pride is looking really different this year, we're going to always find a way to celebrate together. Our LGBTQIA+ siblings need to know that you are not alone. You are loved. You are perfect just the way you are. and you are surrounded by a colorful and amazing community that always supports you. We hope you're enjoying your day with Queens, and we hope you'll consider joining us for some of our virtual events this coming week. Mickey and Cam talked about some of the things we're doing, and I also just wanted to mention that on Saturday, June 13th in the evening, we will be hosting our virtual Brooklyn Pride celebration. We will feature some of our amazing Brooklyn entertainers, some of our local community partners, and it will all be followed by a virtual dance party with the one, the only, the amazing DJ Mary Mack. So you're not going to want to miss that. All of the information can be found on our website, which is www.brooklynpride.org, and on our Facebook, where we are Brooklyn Pride Inc. We hope to see you soon. We love you very much. And for some final thoughts, I'm going to turn it over to our secretary, Ariel. Love you.
Stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane, stay proud, and most importantly, please try to stay inside. Happy Pride!
I'll say you'll notice, folks, I have, as I tell everyone every year at Queen's Pride, I have a central tremor. So the hands shake and stuff and clickety-clack. But last year when we were doing the parade, I had the order of all of the floats. I gave Marcus the wrong copy. So I gave him my clipboard because I couldn't see. I was looking at it. I was like, I can't see the order of this parade. So I gave it to Marcus.
It all worked out. It always works out.
It did, and it is. And we are so, I must say, let's give it up to Zachariah and Mo, our co-chairs for Queen's Pride, and all of the members at large and all of the officers. Love you, love you, love you.
Hey everyone, it's Costa. Just wanted to call and wish everyone a happy Pride. I am so excited to join you virtually this year. I know we're going through the challenge of our generation, and we've lost so many of our LGBTQ allies. And we need to celebrate Pride this year and stand with one another, stand with the LGBTQ community. I'm proud to be an ally, proud to support Ali Fournay in my district, proud to stand my LGBTQ neighbors and friends every year at the parade. And though this year we're not marching in Jackson Heights, we're going to be standing arm in arm one another virtually, and I look forward to being with you next year. Thank you to the Pride Committee for continuing this tradition and working together and bringing us together as one Queens. Because Queens is the greatest place in the world because of our diversity, because of how we stand up and fight for our neighbors, because of the great work we do for one another. So thank you so much to the Pride Committee, and I look forward to seeing you all really soon. Thank you. Bye.
Hi folks, I'm Assembly Member Alicia Hyman from Queens. And Pride is important not just in Pride Month, every day before Pride Month, every day after Pride Month. We have to make sure people feel accepted and respected in our societies. Some of the greatest strides that have been made by the LGBTQ community take place in everyday life, whether it be in boardrooms, classrooms, and Fortune 500 companies. We have to make sure that in every community, LGBTQ members are important. And especially now, at a time when we're seeing our men and women prosecuted or persecuted by wrongful convictions or bail reform issues. It's just important to me now that we stand together with all communities to make sure that we're all heard and all represented. Thank you, and happy Pride Month.
Les deseo un feliz mes del orgullo gay a toda la hermosa y valiente comunidad LGBTQ.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride. Happy Pride.
Feliz Día Internacional del Orgullo LGBT.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Bonne Pride à tout le monde.
Happy Pride.
Hi, my name is Larry Nelson. I'm a board member of both the Queens Chapter PFLAG, Parents, Families, and Allies United with LGBTQ plus people to move equality forward. I'm on the board of the New York Area Bisexual Network, NYABN. I'm the staff advisor to the Ally LGBTQ Club at Queensborough Community College. I want to wish everyone a very happy Queens Pride 2020, virtual today, on the streets next year. I've been asked, what does Queens Pride mean to me? It affords me an opportunity to show my students, my friends, and family how much I love and care for them. Happy Pride.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way I like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby, my sugar boo. I'm levitating, the Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. I believe that you're for me. I feel it in our energy. I see it's written in the stars. We can go wherever, so let's do it now or never, baby. Nothing's ever too far. Glitter in the sky, glitter in our eyes, shining just the way we are. I feel like we're forever every time we get together, but whatever, let's get lost on Mars. You want me, I want you, baby, my sugar boo. I'm levitating, the Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. So you can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. So you can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. My love is like a rocket, watch it blast off. And I'm feeling so electric, dance on our song. And even if I wanted to, I can't stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. My love is like a rocket, watch it blast off. And I'm feeling so electric, dance my ass off. And even if I wanted to, I can't stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. You want me, I want you, baby, my sugar boo. I'm levitating, the Milky Way, we're renegading. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Kelvin O. Howard Jr., and I'm the Director of Operations of Queens Pride here in the city of New York and the county of Queens. That's right, y'all. It's a Queens thing. Queens Pride was founded in 1992 by current city council member Daniel Drum and other community leaders and organizers in response to the murder of Julio Rivera and other gay men that were being murdered here in the city. And because of our generous sponsors and grassroots donations from community members and supporters like you, we have been able to produce our annual multicultural festival and parade right here in the heart of Jackson Heights. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we're going virtual and we cannot take it to the streets. But this too shall pass. And when it does, we will be back on in the streets doing what we do best. And we ask that you continue to support the work that we're doing here at Queens Pride by using the link below. That's right, guys. Use the link below to donate. So on behalf of all of us at Queens Pride, we love you. We thank you. And in the words of one of our current co-chairs and my mentor, Mo George, remember, it's always someone's first pride. Happy 2020 Pride. Use the link below. That's right. You. Use the link. Bye, guys. And thank you for your support.
We have a lot to be proud. We've accomplished a lot in the last 2 months, and we have so much to be proud of, all of us.
We really do. We really do. It has been a crazy year. I mean, before all of this stuff, do you remember last year at Queens Pride? I was one of the grand marshals.
Yes, I know.
And then I went and did the parade, and then I ran back over to the judges station so I could be with you. So folks, you see me, as I'm touching props and things like my little cocktail. I've got iced tea because I'm Southern. So I made a picture of sweet tea today.
I will say the one benefit of being in the South right now is I had some very good barbecue and sweet tea last night for dinner. And hush puppies and collards and black-eyed peas and the whole thing.
Okay, now I'm jealous. Because I have, for later, I have a little treat. I have some barbecue beef that I did in the slow cooker that I'm going to make some little sliders.
Excellent, as you should.
Because I'm putting on the COVID-19, y'all. You can't see below, but I'm filling out, as they say, because I'm doing a lot of good. Listen, I'm Southern. I cook.
Okay. Good evening. This is the Queens Pride Lions Club. I'm President Lion Oliver, and we were the Grand Marshals last year at 2019's Pride Parade in Queens. Happy Pride Day.
Happy virtual Pride.
From all of us here, we wish you a safe and happy Pride.
Happy Pride, Queens. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Thank you.
Hello, Queens Pride. This is New York City Comptroller Scott Stringer. Today, we celebrate love, equality, justice, and the diversity of the LGBTQ community. June is always an important moment in the history of New York. The courage and unwavering resolve of the demonstrators during the Stonewall Uprising became the catalyst for the modern LGBTQ rights movement in the United States and around the world. No one should have to live in fear because of who they are and who they love. And that's why we stand loud and proud against homophobia, transphobia, and violence, because it has no place in New York City nor anywhere else today or any day. And even though we cannot be together physically this year, we virtually celebrate the proud legacy of the LGBT community of Queens. And I'd like to congratulate Queens Pride on serving the community and hope we can be together next year in person. But today and every day forward, I want to just wish all of you, friends and constituents from all over the borough, happy Pride.
Happy Pride to everyone celebrating in
Queens, the borough of Queens, which could be taken any number of ways. My name is Jimmy Van Bramer, and I'm very, very proud to be one of the 2 openly gay members of the City Council in Queens County, and I am really proud of the Pride Parade and the Pride Committee and all the work that has been done since I first marched in the first parade in 1993 as a student at St. John's University. This parade has changed Queens forever. It has allowed for so much of the progress that has taken place, including the political progress, which culminated, I believe, with the election of myself and Danny Drum on the same day in November of 2009. I'm always reminded of the fact that it took me 10 years to come out of the closet, and when I came out in 1989 at the gay youth group at the AIDS Center of Queens County, it was the best and most important decision of my entire life, probably second only to accepting the marriage proposal from my wonderful husband, Dan Hendrick, who is absolutely adorable. And so I'm also very proud to be an openly gay married council member. And I just want to say that while we can't be together in the way that we're normally together marching down 37th Avenue or 5th Avenue, queer pride lives in each and every one of us. And let's make it the loudest and boldest and proudest Pride Month ever. And regardless of COVID, we're queer, we're here, and we're not going anywhere. So happy Pride, happy Queen's Pride. Love to you all. Thank you.
It's a way for all of the Queens community to just come together, especially for all of the Queens campuses within the CUNY branch. It shows the history of where we used to be. We have come a long way.
It's a way to not only support the community, but to make sure that people know that it's okay to be who you are. This is right, it's not wrong, it's completely 100% okay.
It's so important, at least for me, as someone who works with young queer people, that they have a place where they can express themselves freely and know that they're not alone.
It was really important to me to be here today, to see how many CUNY schools are coming behind and standing behind their LGBT faculty, staff, and students. I think marching through it is like trailblazing and hopefully saving the way for other people.
The Pride parades make us feel like we're in the majority for one day in our life. That's the reason why I think Pride is so important to us. To me, Queen's Pride is better than Christmas.
This is one of the most joyful moments of my year, is to come out to this parade and to see our CUNY students in all of their brilliance, the diverse community that represents our university, that certainly represents our law school, and it's the only community-based march left in the city.
Certainly great to see all of the students here dancing and really excited to be part of Pride. You all hold the power that you need to change the world. Getting involved in your community, that taking that first step is the first step towards having a very significant impact on the people around you, your community, but also New York and the nation.
They've become part of this day in an amazing way that really brings it home to them in a personal way, and they're part of something bigger and better. I'm very proud of them that they're able to express their intersecting identities, their pride in who they are, and they're out here today to share that with everyone else.
Before, we always hid in the shadows, afraid to be ourselves. Now look at us, shining bright, and we're not afraid to be ourselves unapologetically.
It means so much where we are in this moment to be filled with joy and to celebrate each other. What does it mean in our systems of oppression to be joyful, to be happy, to celebrate each other, to affirm each other's existence, to affirm each other's presence? And it's so important that CUNY is doing this for the students and saying, like, yes, we see you, we are here for you, and we are creating the space that you need and you deserve.
Our neighbors need to see how many of us are really for LGBTQ issues. It's an important thing to come out of the streets and just let them see the numbers.
I think that parades are particularly important. Invisibility is our greatest enemy, and parades make us visible. It makes people understand that we are your family, your friends, and your neighbors, that we are everywhere. Queens Pride is unique in that sense also, because it's a real community-based parade. To have, like 150, 200 CUNY students marching in the Queens Pride Parade, you are saving thousands of lives, because for every kid that's here that's marching, there's probably 5 or 10 who can't be, because they're still afraid to step off into the streets and let people know who they are.
Hi, this is Assemblymember Dendeka, and I'm very happy to be with you to celebrate Queen's Pride virtually. It's been a great experience being associated with Queen's Pride and the Queen's Pride Parade. For many years, long before I was an elected official, I first started to participate in the parade because I wanted to be there for my daughter, who loved who she wanted to love, and many of our family members did not agree with who she loved. And I was there originally just myself. She would ask me, "Dad, why are you in the parade?" And I said, "Because I want to be supportive of you." And then later we got to march together, and it was a beautiful thing. When I first became an elected official, the first bill I co-sponsored when I walked down the hall was marriage equality. I ran into Danny O'Donnell, and I looked at him. I said, "You're Danny O'Donnell." They said, "Yes, I am." And I said, "I'd like to co-sponsor marriage equality." And he said, "What's your name?" I said, "Mike Dendeka." He said, "I love you, Mike Dendeka." He said, "Welcome to the Assembly." I got to sit next to Danny when he debated that bill, and finally, upon its passage, I got to watch my daughter get married to the person she loves. We've come a long way, but there's just so much more to do. That's why this year I introduced a bill to remove the question concerning HIV off the life insurance policy applications, because I feel it's discriminatory. It shouldn't be a point anymore. People that check that box are not allowed to get life insurance. And if they do get it, will only get a death policy at an exorbitant rate. I am looking forward to passing that bill. I'm looking forward to continually working with the LGBTQ plus community so that we can do more so that there will never be discrimination in this community or in any other community in my district again. Once again, go Pride, go Queen's Pride. I'm happy to be here and celebrate with you again. I wish we were walking together in the parade, but for now, we'll have to do it this way. So thank you all for being here.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back those words that'll hurt you, and you'd stay.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
If I could reach the stars, I'd give them all to you. Then you love me like you used to do.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Doing the time war, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the void would be calling.
88 miles per hour!
Let's do the time war again. Let's do the time war again. I remember that night, I just might regret that night for the rest of my days. I remember those soldier boys tripping right over themselves to win our praise. I remember that dream like candlelight, like a dream that you can't quite place. But Alexander, I'll never forget the first time I saw your face. I have never been the same. Intelligent eyes in a hunger pang frame. And when you said hi, I forgot my dang name. Set my heart aflame, every part of flame. This is not a game.
The encounter could create a time paradox, the results of which could cause a chain reaction that would unravel the very fabric of the space-time continuum and destroy the entire universe.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
It's all coming back, it's all coming back to me now. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. There were things we could never do again, but then they'd always seem right. There were nights of endless pleasure. It was more than all your lost in love. Baby, 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 when you touch me like this, and when you hold me like that, it was gone with the wind, but it's all coming back to me. When you see me like this, and when I see you like that, then we see what we want to see, all coming back to me. The flesh and the fantasies, all coming back to me. I can barely recall, but it's all coming back to me
There's no place like home. Oh, Auntie M, there's no place like home.
So coming up next in our virtual parade floats, we have all the religious groups that march with us every year, and some that are maybe joining us new this year. And I always love seeing these groups come through because it really reflects the amazing diversity we have and we share here in Queens. I mean, I know the parade is right down the street from the Jewish Center, which often has Muslim religious services there. The Unitarian groups march, the Baptist groups march, the Episcopal groups march, the Catholic, the MCC, the Catholic groups march. We have so many amazing groups that march every year in the parade, and I think sometimes the religious gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual groups often get overlooked in the hoopla of pride balloons and bouncing pectoral muscles. But actually, these are some of the founding fathers of the Pride movement, and I can't be more proud to have them join us today.
Yes, let's watch.
Hi, this is Reverend Pat from Metropolitan Community Church of New York,
a church of the LGBTQI and allied communities, open to all. The future is. That's the theme Heritage of Pride chose for this year's Pride celebrations throughout New York City, long before we knew much at all about a viral pandemic called COVID-19. And I, as I am sure you, have been thinking a lot about the future and what many are lamenting as the loss of what was once normal, and some are referring to as the new normal. For me, normal is not something I've ever aspired to as a queer person, fitting in or being just like everyone else, being like some other unique creation of God. And this is not my first pandemic as a queer community or a city or a world. And so I think it's important for us to remember the lessons we learned around HIV and AIDS and use them to shape our future. Lessons like all life, every life, deserves to be treated equally and justly and with compassion and care. And having that be the reality that begins with me and each and every interaction that I have. So whether it's about leashing my dog in a public park or being the person that calls out the racism of someone else who would set up a black man for a dangerous encounter with police, as happened in Central Park recently, or some kind of disease that affects all of us. All of us have a responsibility to make the future a safer, a more equitable, a more healthy and whole place for all of God's children and all of God's creation. Now, more than ever, the future is literally in our hands. God bless you this Pride season. Join us for Pride Sunday celebrations at 11 a.m. by going to facebook.com/MCCNY. If you'd like more information about the church or if you need some kind of assistance, you can contact me directly at rvpatmccny@aol.com.
Won't stop the beat and go!
Progressive Jewish spirituality in Queens.
Gay USA.
Tori Osborne, the new director of the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force, makes her New York debut.
Archie Bunker's hometown hosts its first ever Lesbian and Gay Pride Parade. It's Sunday, June 6th, 1993, and we're out here for the first ever
Queens Gay and Lesbian Pride Parade, Jackson Heights. It's been an interesting day, wouldn't you say?
More than interesting. It's an historic day out here in Queens, and let's go talk to the folks who came out here to watch and march.
My name is Bernard Fortin. I'm from Queens. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I guess you know now.
Oh, I've marched for at least for the last 20 years.
20 years. It was back in 1972, wasn't it?
Somewhere around there, yes.
And you carried a sign that said what?
Parents of gays unite in support of our children.
And there was no organization then, what?
I was the only parent. My son Morty asked me if I would march, and I said, sure.
Every borough, certainly Queens included, has to fight discrimination based on status, and we all have to work together to persuade Albany that there be a civil rights law treating gays and lesbians merely like everyone else, not better, certainly not worse. If other states can have an anti-discrimination law, why not the great progressive state of New York?
Claire Schulman issued a proclamation honoring this day and wouldn't even be willing to be photographed presenting it to us, nor would she allow her liaison to our community to be photographed presenting it to us. And then on top of that, she decided she didn't want to be here.
Assemblymember Glick, how do you feel walking down the boulevard here in Queens?
Well, it's good to come back to the borough of my childhood, and I think it's a terrific day and a terrific showing. And I think the enthusiasm of the crowd is really terrific. I'm very excited about today.
I would like to tell all the Hispanic parents of gay children to please come out and support their children.
Okay, and what chapter are you a member of?
Project Street Beat, Planned Parenthood of New York City.
Well, you know, this march has provoked a real outburst of things in terms of people trying to paint over the lavender line, people intimidating store owners here who had signs up advertising the event. It's been really raised tensions out here. Yeah. That's why we have officers up on all the rooftops. That's why there's a police helicopter overhead. It's a good thing, though.
Get the kid.
Pretty sad turnout here today, huh?
It's pretty sad that these people are marching for perversion.
This is the only number of bigots you can get out here today?
We're not bigots. Even the world's most more big. You know, love gay people? I want to see them repent. AIDS is a behavioral disease, not a health disease.
You think gays should be put to death like it says in the Bible?
No, the Bible doesn't say they should be put to death. The Bible says all sinners can...
Read Leviticus. Read Leviticus. A man lie with a man was with a woman is an abomination. They should be
bring death upon themselves with their perversion and AIDS and all kinds of disease like hepatitis B.
Are you gay yourself?
No, I'm not.
The gays, you know, they have to get some freedom too.
Yeah. But do they teach you anything about this in school?
Yeah, a lot.
What do they say about it in school?
That you have to respect them too.
Hi everyone, I'm New York State Senator Jessica Ramos, and though I'm sad that we won't be marching down 37th Avenue this year, I'm glad that the Queens Pride Committee is helping us celebrate Pride inside. Because if there's anything we've learned from the pandemic is that it's more critical than ever to make sure that we are fighting for inclusivity and that we are fighting for progressive policies that are driven by love. So I want to say that I'm thankful to Councilmember Danny Drum, everyone at the Queens Pride Committee who has been working so hard over the past few decades now to build a more inclusive Queens. And I couldn't be prouder to be your neighbor. I think that as an ally, my job in the New York State Senate is to continue to fight for the things that are going to make all of our neighbors' lives better. That means repealing the walking while trans ban. That means decriminalizing sex work. That means getting rid of the gay and trans panic defense. That means we are fighting for a school curriculum that is inclusive of LGBTQ history so that many of our students can see themselves in the history books like it should be. And ultimately, we want to make sure that there is economic empowerment for anyone, especially coming out of this crisis. So I want to make sure that we are reflecting and commemorating and honoring the lives of Julio Rivera and Edgar Garzón this year by thinking about how it is that we're going to continue to fight for a community and a government that really does put people first. All people, no matter how we identify, no matter who we love. Thank you for all of the work that you guys do. You've always been a huge inspiration to me, and we'll continue fighting together in the trenches. Happy Pride, everybody.
afternoon. I'm Councilmember Ida Nick Miller of the 27th Councilmember District, representing the Greater Jamaica and Southeast Queens community. I want to just take the time to just say have a happy Queens Pride Month to all of our Queens residents and all those who would be normally participating. Obviously, because of this COVID-19, that we don't have an opportunity to actually participate in all the activities that Queens Pride would normally engage in, but we want to give you and send a virtual just greetings on behalf of the Jamaica area and thank the Queens Pride for all of their engagement, all of that they have done for the Queens community, and say that we want to continue to work to grow our diversity in the most diverse county in the entire country, but also we want to continue to work on those shared sacrifice and struggles as we move forward. And so it gives me great pleasure to be a partner and an ally with the Queens Pride community. I look forward to working and serving on your behalf. Happy Queens Pride to each and every one.
Hi everyone, my name is Assemblywoman Catalina Cruz. Happy Pride, everyone! I have the honor and the privilege of representing Jackson Heights, where we love you and we see you and we will fight for you. You are not alone. We are your advocates and we are your friends and your family, and we are not going to stand by as they continue to attack our LGBTQI+ family. You have us in Albany, and here at home, we are with you. Today we celebrate, but when this party ends, go out there and fight for each other. And happy Pride, everyone!
Thank you, Catalina. Happy Pride.
Hi everyone, happy Queens Pride. We're sorry that this year we can't march together, but we are here together in spirit. New York Presbyterian Queens has been here for the community before COVID, during COVID, and as we recover together. We can't wait for the day where we would be marching down 37th Avenue again. But for now, we're gonna say, Happy Queens Pride!
Hey Queens Pride, Cheer New York here. We miss cheering with you so much. Every year we love going to Jackson Heights. It is the highlight of the beginning of our June, every single year. We miss you, we want to be with you. Until then, we're going to keep cheering you on virtually, showing you our pride and helping to give you more spirit. Until then, let's hear it, Queens Pride!
Let's go, Queens Pride!
Go Queens Pride! Let's hear Jackson Heights!
Come on, Queens! Let's hear Queens Pride! All right, New York!
Y'all know what time it is. You better get up off that wall. Is the bus still running? Country, where the monkeys at? What you gonna do when the house go boom? Better give me some elbow room. I say the runway. Hey, double and double like you own your broom. Is you a good witch or just a bad bitch? You hanging Kansas, no, now let me see you get. Dance. Dance the house down, second. I need to see ya. Dance. I need to see ya. Hands up. I need to see ya. Dance the house down.
Hello everyone, hello Queens, and happy Pride. In such an enormous and pivotal moment in our country, I think something that's so important for us to remember is also the radical roots of Pride itself, whether it was Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera's organizing here in Stonewall through today, and the incredible work as we remember the life of Lorena Borjas here in Queens. Pride and the LGBTQ community has always been such an important and pivotal part in the fight for justice here and the creation and establishment of justice in the United States of America. Thank you all again for coming together in this digital celebration and creation of community. And it's so important to know that even now and in this moment, joy is an act of resistance. So please be safe, please enjoy yourselves, please take care of one another, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you shoulder to shoulder in the fight for LGBT equality and broader equality for all in Queens and the United States of America. Bye-bye.
Pride 2020 is a very different celebration. I'm Senator Mike Gianaris, and I've been proud to be an ally of the LGBTQIA community in Queens for years. When I was first elected to the Senate, I replaced a senator who voted against marriage equality, and then proudly cast my vote for it. When I helped secure the largest Democratic Senate advantage in a century and ascended to the leadership of our new majority, I was honored to shepherd legislation like GENDA and the conversion therapy ban to enactment. This year, I looked forward to another celebration of all we have achieved for the queer community, and to organizing around the work we still have ahead. While we do not march in person this year, we continue to march in our hearts and minds. I know it is a matter of time until we all meet again and celebrate together. Until then, please know I will never stop being proud of what we have accomplished and what we will continue to accomplish together. Happy Pride!
Hi everyone, I'm Corey Johnson, Speaker of the New York City Council. I love Pride Month and I especially love Queens Pride in Jackson Heights. So I'm really excited to welcome you to the first virtual Queens Pride. I know that we will all march down 37th Avenue together sometime soon, not this year, but hopefully next year. But until then, Pride persists as it always has. For me, Pride is about unabashedly being yourself day in and day out. And the spirit of Pride is that whoever you are loved, you are accepted, and you are good enough. When I was 16 years old, I went to my first Pride March. It was in Boston, Massachusetts. I was overcome with a sense of joy and relief that there were other people like me. And in 2020, I think Pride is about looking back on and celebrating our progress and standing up and fighting for each other and those who need our help. Trans women of color are facing epidemic levels of violence. So many of our sisters and brothers are facing severe economic hardship in the wake of this pandemic. So be an ally in 2020. Let us not rest on our laurels of accomplishments. Let us keep pushing forward toward a more just and inclusive city, and let's do it together. I look forward to gathering with all of you and our great LGBTQ community very soon. Happy Pride, happy Queens Pride. Be proud. Let's keep fighting.
Johnny Jackson, I coming. If you live it for the moment, don't stop, celebrate the feeling. Grow up, if you live it for the moment, don't stop, celebrate those ceilings. Grow up, when made for now, not tomorrow, made for now. Look around, when made for now, not tomorrow.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Kelvin O. Howell Jr., and I'm the Director of Operations of Queens Pride here in the city of New York and the county of Queens. That's right, y'all. It's a Queens thing. Queens Pride was founded in 1992 by current city council member Daniel Drum and other community leaders and organizers in response to the murder of Julio Rivera and other gay men that were being murdered here in the city. And because of our generous sponsors and grassroots donations from community members and supporters like you, we have been able to produce our annual multicultural festival and parade right here in the heart of Jackson Heights. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we're going virtual and we cannot take it to the streets. But this too shall pass. And when it does, we will be back on in the streets doing what we do best. And we ask that you continue to support the work that we're doing here at Queens Pride by using the link below. That's right, guys. Use the link below to donate. So on behalf of all of us at Queens Pride, we love you. We thank you. And in the words of one of our current co-chairs and my mentor, Mo George, remember, it's always someone's first Pride. Happy 2020 Pride. Use the link below. That's right, you. Use the link. Bye, guys. And thank you for your support.
Hey everyone, I'm Dane.
My name is Shaveen. I work at Pride for Youth. I'm an outreach specialist.
I'm a peer navigator. We want to give a big shout out to Queens Pride for hosting this year's Pride event. Happy Pride, everyone.
If you want to get started on prep and you're at home at this time and you're not sure how to go about it, all you have to do is just to contact us. Our number is 646-726-2677. We'll be more than happy to speak with you, give you all the information you need to get you started on prep. I just want to give a quick shout out to the promoters that are hosting this Queens Pride prep event. Happy that it's going virtual this year, so shout out to you guys.
Promise of a new year. Promise of a new year. Promise of a new year. Promise of a new year.
I've been talking about it. I said, you got to come on this ride.
She's talking about it for a couple of years.
It is the best supported ride I've ever done in my life. I said, it's got drag queens. It's got food every 10 miles. It is festive and it's fun and it's just a great ride for a great cause.
It's a great, I feel like I'm part of the community. You know, I feel I'm doing a great things for somebody, not for myself, but for other people, you know, and then to get everybody else involved as well, you know, people that you didn't think would get involved, you know. So that was that makes me feel just good all over.
Yes! I hope this ride wasn't a drag. God bless.
The reason this means so much to me is before my brother died, he was living on the streets. And had there been a housing works where he was, had there been a Charles King, maybe he'd be alive.
I'm very clear that whatever it is that we achieve here in New York and in the US will always trickle back, and the ripple effects will go back to Africa. So the faster and the harder and the stronger we move New York to an AIDS-free by 2020, then the faster we also pull up, you know, other continents, and Africa being one of those which I'm concerned with.
So we all have stories for why we ride, and every one of them is equally important. And once a year, we gather in what feels like a family reunion. Yes, to challenge our endurance, although we have this fantastic crew who ensures that every single one of us finishes, no matter how slow or untrained we are. But we also gather to share our stories and to celebrate that love really does conquer hate.
Great day to end AIDS. Every day is a good day to end AIDS.
Promise of a new year, 'cause we're gonna do it our way. Promise of a new year. Promise of...
To everyone celebrating Pride this month, from the District Attorney's Office of Queens County, we wish you a great celebration of life, a celebration of the future, celebration of the human rights that we get together to talk about every single year. I am sad that we're not able to be in the same room this year as we celebrate, but I am heartened by the fact that we still pay tribute and honor to the LGBTQX community. We are doing everything at the Queens District Attorney's Office to make sure that hate crimes are reported, that we are still supportive in this capacity on a personal level, and from the District Attorney's Office even more so. We are supporting the repeal of the law of loitering to make sure that we don't prosecute for loitering. Our office has not prosecuted any case. We are encouraging people to report hate crimes, but at the same time, during this pandemic and during this feeling of isolation, it is so important to be able to reach out to the community, to make sure that they know there are resources, to make sure that you know that as Borough President, I value the relationship that we have, and as the District Attorney, I value it even more, because it's more about protection and it's more about making sure that there are allies in law enforcement, but also in education and all that comes with that. I celebrate the LGBTQX community. I am here for you the same way I've always been. I hope next year that we are all together in the same room, celebrating once again. And we are going to start celebrations here at the DA's office, and I'm excited about that and look forward to a lot of you who are watching today to be part of that celebration. So have a great Pride Month. Make sure that we celebrate life and love and all that we stand for here in Queens County.
Hi, everyone. The community is one of the most resilient there is. And for me, nothing will ever top the very first parade and festival in Jackson Heights all those years ago, where I first met dear friends like Charlie Ober and so many other activists. But you know what? Even though we will be together apart, and it won't be as good, it will still be important because it shows that we will continue to fight for issues that are so important to the community. I'm so happy to be part of it. This is Assemblywoman Kathy Nolan, and want to wish everybody the best and to have a beautiful Pride Day and a beautiful Queen's Pride Parade, even if we are separate but apart and still together. Bye.
And now, this is something new that has never happened on a parade route before, but we are proud to welcome individual and small groups from our community to represent Queen's Pride in the way that they know best.
Take it away, kids.
Hey, what's up? I'm Oleg. Happy Pride.
Neil here.
Tom. Peter. Suzanne.
Ed.
Hi,
Mike.
everyone. It's Dennis. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everybody. We're here from Seeking Asylum and Finding Empowerment, a group that works with LGBTQ asylum seekers throughout New York City. We're very happy to be wishing you a very happy Queen's Pride. Even though we can't be with you this year, we look forward to next year. And please know, if you're an immigrant, if you're new to this country, that we love you. You are welcome here, and there is a community here in Queens and throughout the city. So please feel free to check us out on www.safeasylum.org. Thank you very much, everyone, and happy Pride.
Yeah,
Happy
Pride.
Yay. Happy Pride.
If you would have asked me last year about Queen's Pride, I would have told you all the amazingness that's what's about to come. Never would we have thought we were going to be here. But I am so grateful for all the years and all of the opportunities the Queen's Pride Committee has offered me as a performer, to perform for so many years and create memories with the Queens community. Oh, how I miss the energy, but how I will always love the memories. To have performed and then become stage manager for the past 8 years was a blessing for me. have offered opportunities for dancers to share on stage. The different hosts that we've had throughout the years. And just all of the amazingness that I definitely smile at. Having young LGBT youth performing on the stage, sharing their stories, young choreographers, singers, just everyone. It's definitely missed. These are just memories of things that have happened backstage. Again, friendships that were created. First times coming to Queen's Pride. Others that come all the time. Queen's Pride is one of my favorite prides to be a part of and attend and to perform because of the diversity, and I just love it.
Since 1993, the people of Queens have been joining together on 37th Avenue in Jackson Heights. We come to celebrate in the most diverse place in the United States and the world. And we celebrate our LGBTQ family in pride. And not just any pride, but Queen's Pride. I made a little montage of signs that I've carried throughout the years, starting with my first parade with my friends on Bridesmaids for Marriage Equality, and then moving forward throughout the years. Every year it's something different. I'll either see a friend that I haven't seen in years, or I'll see a new face that's brimming with excitement, and you know it's their first time there. We've celebrated, we've marched, we've made our voices heard, and we've enjoyed the food from the most diverse community in the world, and then we've danced the night away as well. This is a different time, and a lot of us are facing struggles right now. That's why we need to come together in a new and different way. So as we celebrate Pride this year, remember, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family. We're still here. We might be alone together, but we're still celebrating. So as you go about your day and you celebrate today, remember, stay safe, stay you, and stay full of pride. Now make some noise!
You need to have something that compels people to abandon their safety net and go out and expose themselves in the community. And that's what we were working with, and I work with these different groups. So for example, in the case of Proyecto Papi, the organizing was around HIV, and that was the compelling story. The compelling story was infections are going up, Latino men are infected at a high rate, you need to go out, you need to do something. And that's what ultimately moved people out in the case of the HIV prevention program. In the case of the Colombian group, it was more about this is the first Colombian gay group, and we are here in New York, and we have to be visible, we have to represent the country, and so it played a lot along the lines of nationalism, along the lines of being proud of who you are as a Colombian and as a gay man or lesbian. In some of the images that we use for the Colombian group were based on ideas of nation, ideas of country, ideas of heritage. The reason for that was that I wanted to use gay identity as an organizing principle, in the same way that I had been using it for Colega, by saying, you are a gay Colombian. And these two identities are very important, and when you march on the street, you need to make sure that you are proud of both and that you can put them together, because we need to put that other identity, which was gay, next to the identity that you are always holding, which is Colombian.
Everyone, it's me, Gina Tonic, coming to you live from New York, New York. We're still live here, we're still kicking, and I know things may be hard, but guess what? They're gonna get better soon. I don't know when, I'm not psychic, I'm just a drag queen. This song has really been an anthem throughout my whole life, and it's gotten me through some very hard times. First, I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. And I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong, oh look at that bicep. And I learned how to get along. And now you're back from outer space. I just walked in and found you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. I should have known there was 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? Do you think I'd crumble? Do you think I'd lay down and die? Why not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent so many nights just feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry. And now I hold my head up high and you'll see me, somebody new. I'm not that chained up little person still in love with you. And so you feel like dropping in and just expect me to be free. Now I'm saving all my love and for someone who's loving me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? Do you think I'd crumble? Do you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, that I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Not I will survive. Whoa, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. And I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. I will survive because I'm gonna stay at home and do my part and wash my hands and take my vitamins and maybe have a drink here or there. I will survive.
Happy Pride Month. John Liu here. Sad and disappointed that the parade can't go on as usual this year. A very special event that I was honored to be a Grand Marshal in back in my young days. But I remember many years ago when we had to endure the hostile chants and taunts and signs along the way as we walked in the parade. But look how much progress the LGBTQ community has made. Marriage equality was passed already many years ago at this point. And last year, as a new member of the state Senate, thank you and shout out to the Lesbian and Gay Democratic Club of Queens. I was proud to vote for gender and other bills important to the LGBTQ community. And this year, with the leadership of Senator Brad Hoylman, we legalized gestational surrogacy so that many more people in the LGBTQ community can become parents. I know it's a very special and challenging time, but the Pride Parade will come back bigger and better than ever before next year. See you then.
Hi, I'm Marita Begley, the director of the Lesbian and Gay Big Apple Corps Marching Band. We are thrilled year after year to be part of Queen's Pride, so we would not miss for the world the 2020 virtual Pride Day. We hope you enjoy. The next video you're about to see is from our 2019 Queen's Pride performance, Feel It Still, featuring our fabulous color guard. We love you, and we'll see you again soon. Happy Pride!
Thank you.
am State Senator Leroy Comrie. I'm honored to be the senator for the 14th District in Southeast Queens and truly appreciate being asked to bring greetings on this first virtual Queens Pride Day event commemorating the 28th anniversary of the Queens Pride Parade. I've had the honor of celebrating with you in years past, and I look forward to next year when we can be back out on 37th Avenue celebrating the Queens Pride Parade. The annual Pride celebrations, especially in the better borough of Queens, is one of the best events of the year. It's so reflective of Queens in its diversity, in its culture, in its acceptance, and its equality. Queens is the epicenter of what New York should be. I espouse the values of fairness, equality, and community building in all that I do. I'm very proud of my partnerships with our neighbors, community groups, and many activists and elected officials, especially my good friend, Christine Quinn, my great speaker of the City Council now, Corey Johnson, our beloved Danny Drum, and Jimmy Van Bramer, and so many community activists in Queens who have consistently supported me throughout my years in office, and throughout the things that I needed to do to be appreciative of the LGBTQ community. I want to also take an opportunity to commemorate the memories of two activists that we have lost recently that have contributed greatly to LGBTQ community issues. And that's Lorena Borhaus and Larry Kramer. And again, I want to wish everyone a great 28th anniversary for the Queens Pride Parade, and I look forward to seeing you all again as we get to the other end of this pandemic. Thank you.
All right, so Ellie, take it away.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know?
Happy Pride, Queens! Love from ACQC and AAF. Virtual Pride is definitely historic. ACQC has been part of Queens Pride since the beginning, 26 years ago, when we gave our agency as a sponsor for their first Pride event. We love Queens Pride, we're always involved. AHF, our partner in crime, has been with us for the last 3 years. With this pandemic, we are in a different light for Pride this year, but it will not stop us. We will continue our prides. We will continue to be at the forefront. We, ACQC, AHF, we represent diversity, as well as Queens Pride represents diversity. We are part of the LGBT family, not only in Queens, but around the world, and we love all. Thank you, Queens Pride, for your years. Thank you. Happy Queens Pride 2020.
Happy Queens Pride 2020.
Hi, I'm Ruth. I'm proud to be a front runner. I'm proud to be from Queens, and I love Flushing Meadow Park.
Happy Virtual Pride.
Nice legs.
Nice legs, everybody.
I love riding over the Queensboro Bridge and in Queensboro Park.
Coming at you from Forest Park. It's really nice. You've got all these off trails from the main road.
Enjoy running all over Queens, especially Astoria Park.
I like exploring the diverse neighborhoods of Queens.
I like jogging by all the cemeteries.
I like training for obstacle course races at City Field.
And I love doing speed workouts here on the Astoria Park track.
If we're lucky, sometimes we're even treated to some music when we're doing our workouts.
When I feel adventurous, I will go to Astoria Park and to the path to Randall's Island.
Setting a PR on a flat course like in Flushing Meadows Park.
Queensboro Bridge makes great hill training.
I just wanted to say hi to everybody and to give a shout out to Queens Pride.
I'm a proud Queens resident.
I'm proud to run in Queens.
I'm proud to run in Queens.
I'm proud to run in Queens.
We will all see you soon. I will see you soon. Take care.
Happy Queens Pride, everybody. My name is Kelsey Louie, and I'm the proud CEO of GMHC, the world's first AIDS service organization. GMHC has participated in the Queens Pride events since they started in 1993. It is so important for us to continue celebrating the contributions of LGBTQ people in Queens and throughout the world. It is equally important for us to continue fighting for the rights of LGBTQ people, people living with HIV/AIDS, and all people. Enjoy the virtual festivities and please stay safe.
I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So come take a look. Give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world, and I want to have a little pride in my world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. I don't want praise, I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some think it's noise, I think it's pretty. And so what if I love each sparkle and each bangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out loud, I am what I am. I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I deal my own deck, sometimes the ace, sometimes the deuces. It's one life, and there's no return and no deposit. One life, so it's time to open up your closet. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I
June. So if it's June, that means it's Pride Month. And we at Queens Public Library take great pride in supporting Pride and what it represents. And you can see with our shirts, we are representing the Queens Public Library because Queens Public Library is for
Libraries for
everyone.
Who are libraries for?
Everyone.
Who are libraries for?
Everyone. Everyone.
We are here to celebrate with everyone because we are proud to be a part of Pride.
Happy Pride, Queens. This is Sharon Lee, your Queensborough president, here in the Borough of Families, where we are unabashedly Pride all day, every day, but especially in the month of June, where we get to take stock of how far we have come, but also how much further we have to go, how much more there is to do for full equality, for fair treatment, against hate, against discrimination, against bias. This June falls under an unprecedented pandemic, but not even a pandemic will disrupt or interfere or derail our ability to celebrate Pride in the best way that we know how, certainly here in Queens. I'd like to ask that you save the date for the borough-wide Pride celebration that I have the honor of continuing the tradition of co-sponsoring with council members Danny Drum and Jimmy Van Bramer of Queens. Thursday, June 18, more details to follow. But until then, if I don't see you, until then, please stay safe, please stay healthy, and I can't wait to see you. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, Queens! We're the NYC LGBT Historic Sites Project, committed to documenting places that speak to our LGBT community's influence on our city and our culture.
Since launching in 2015, we've published 16 Queens sites of LGBT history, from Friends Tavern to the inclusive Community United Methodist Church to the home of PFLAG co-founder Jean Manford, and of course, the starting point of the first ever Queens Pride Parade in 1993, along 37th Avenue in Jackson Heights.
Known as the Queens Pride Parade and Multicultural Festival and co-organized by Daniel Drum and Maritza Martinez, the parade brought and still brings together a diverse group of LGBTQ people and allies from Queens and around the city. The parade was the first such event in the outer boroughs and has always sought to promote pride, visibility, and acceptance.
From all of us at the project, and me personally in Astoria, Queens, our thanks to council members Danny Drum and Jimmy Van Bramer, and everyone at Queens Pride for adjusting and finding a way to sustain and celebrate community during these challenging times.
LGBT history is American history. Happy Pride.
Hi, this is Ari Gershman. I'm Chief of Staff to Council Member Barry Grodenchik, and happy Pride from Jamaica Estates, Queens. Irene?
Hi, everyone. Happy Pride from Little Neck, Queens. This is Irene. Steve?
This is Steve Vihar, and I am a proud ally from Bayside, Queens. Susan?
Hi, I'm Susan Seinfeld. I'm really pleased to say happy Pride to everyone. And I now pass our message on to Councilman Grodenchik.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you all. I am very, very happy tonight to bring greetings from Hills and Eastern Queens, which I represent in the New York City Council. I've been working with the Pride Committee for a generation. My dear friend Danny Drum and colleague, to make sure that we have this wonderful, wonderful parade in Queens County. It is now my pleasure to introduce my constituent and my colleague in government, my Assemblyman, David Weprin.
Hello and happy Pride to all. You know, I'm so proud to have a long history, 8 years in the City Council and now 10 years in the State Assembly, supporting LGBTQ issues and supporting Queen's Pride. I'm used to marching in every Queen's Pride parade, as well as the big parade in Manhattan. We won't be able to do that this year. We have to do it remotely. But it's videos like this that suffice, and we'll try to get beyond this and go on to be together soon and celebrate Pride in person. I'm now going to introduce my Chief of Staff, Sumit Sharma.
Thank you, Assemblyman. This is Sumit Sharma from Assemblyman David Weprin's office, Chief of Staff to Assemblyman Weprin. I'd just like to wish everybody a happy Queen's Pride 2020, and look forward to celebrating with everyone next year in person. Thank you, and off to Ben Herman.
Hello, Ben Herman from Assemblyman David Weprin's office. I'm the scheduler. I just want to say happy Pride from Little Neck, Queens. And Anthony.
Hi, everybody. I just want to say thank you very much. This is a wonderful, really wonderful event to be here tonight and to be asked to sing by Ari for this phone call. It's really touching for me. I really love all the events. I love going to the Pride Parade. I particularly love Danny's Dinners. My wife will only go to Danny's Dinners, and it's a great thing. So at this time, what I want to do is I want to do the Summer Wind. It's something that we're looking forward to better times. The summer always brings better times. It's Summer Wind by Frank Sinatra. The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It lingered there to touch your hair and walk with me. All summer long, we sang a song, and then we strolled that golden sand. Two sweethearts and the summer winds. Light-painted kites, those days and nights, they went flying by. The world was new beneath the blue umbrella skies. Then softer than a piper man, one day it called to you. I lost you to the summer wind. The autumn winds and the winter winds, they're come and gone. And still the days of those are lonely days. They go on and on. And guess who sighs his lullabies? Two nights that never end. My fickle friend, the summer wind. The summer wind, one summer wind, oh, summer wind. Thank you. Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Pride.
Happy Pride, everybody.
The last time I saw everyone in person was when I did a show at Albatross. Queen's Pride in February, and so that was a great benefit, and good to see everybody. And Kel,
I miss the Albatross.
And Albatross misses you, and Icon,
home, all of my living rooms.
You know, and all of the house parties and all of the Elizabeth Ann, my co-captain for Facebook, sent me a picture of me doing those little cherry bomb shots from a lovely dancer boy at Umbra. And And he was going to submit it to the photos for Queen's Pride, but it's not quite family friendly.
Hi, I'm Assemblyman Ed Braunstein. It's an honor to join you today as we celebrate Queen's Pride Day virtually this year. I want to thank everybody involved with organizing the parade for hosting this event year after year. Here in Queens, we are very proud of our LGBT community, and this event gives us an opportunity every year to celebrate our family, our friends, and our neighbors. I also want to thank all the advocates who have pushed so hard for the progress we've seen this last decade, especially those longtime advocates who've put in years and years of work to achieve the results we've seen in the recent past. Your work has paved the way for improvements in the lives of future generations of Americans. And today, I want to thank you and hope that you take a moment to give yourself a pat on the back. Once again, it's an honor to join you, and I look forward to joining everybody back out in the community in a parade next year when we celebrate Queen's Pride again. Thank you very much.
Greetings. This is State Controller Tom DiNapoli. Since 1993, the Queens Lesbian and Gay Pride Committee has held an annual parade and festival to celebrate diversity and promote equal rights and respect for all of New York's communities. Over the years, this great event brings together people of all backgrounds. Even without the parade this year, I'm proud to lend my support and join in the organization's first virtual event. Thank you, Queen's Pride, for promoting awareness and opportunity for the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender community. Hopefully, we will march again next year. Be safe and stay healthy. Remember, we are all in this together.
Hi, Queen's Pride. My name is Midori Peterson-Whitburn. I work over at the Ali Fournier Center as an education specialist. We just wanted to say a quick hello virtually, tell you about our services, and introduce you to some of our youth.
Before I felt in AFC, I felt like I was really miserable. It was just getting too much for me because she kept always saying, oh, why are you here? Leave, leave, leave. So I finally left. And I was like on the street for like a good 5 months.
No, I'm not originally from New York. I'm from Georgetown, Guyana, South America. I'm currently homeless. I live in the emergency housing of Ali Fournier Center. They provide housing for me, which I find, really good, because if it wasn't for them, I'd be out in the streets right now.
I didn't have a place to sleep. I didn't have money to eat and nothing. There I found a place to sleep and they give me food there and clothes. It's the best, give me hope. I've been more happy, more grateful, more like what I was before.
It's a really good program. You can get resources. The overnight is pretty good too if you don't have anywhere to stay. I want to be an EMT, emergency medical technician. Yeah. I'm working on going to school now.
The Ali Fournier Center taught me how to be Miss Alexandra. They taught me how to be a woman. And that I love. And I can never forget that about them. I'm going to move on in life and I'm going to go to many other places, but I'm never going to forget the person they made me into, the woman that I always wanted to be.
I've been with the Ali Fournier Center since it was Carl's dream.
The one thing I did remember was Carl's passion to get the LGBT community to see this as an issue. He said, I can't stay on the sideline anymore. I want to start the Ali Fournier Center.
Our youth were dying on the streets. There was no place for them to go.
In the early days, there were 6 beds in a church basement with, I think, 3 or 4 staff who did everything.
One of the things that's unique about us as an agency is that we actually started upside down. We started as a housing program. And then all of the other subsequent supportive services came later on.
Seeing AFC grow from grassroots to a large national presence is amazing.
We are the only organization in the country that serves LGBTQ homeless youth and provides shelter and all the wraparound services that we do. So a young person can come to AFC and get a bed, case management, mental health services, join our vocational educational department, and really have all of their needs met under one roof.
So youth are coming to the Ali Fournet Center, not only from all over the world, but from all over the country. And again, we as an LGBT movement, we say to people, come out, that there's a bargain that's got to be in place there, where when people come out, we protect them. We have an extraordinary opportunity as an LGBTQ and allied community to stand up against this hatred. To say, no, we're not going to exclude people because of their nationality, because of the color of their skin, because of their gender. We have an extraordinary opportunity to welcome, to support the most marginalized, the most terrorized. We have an extraordinary opportunity as a community to stand together in solidarity and affirm that we are all worthy of being loved.
Together we stand as one. We will not be broken. We'll overcome.
Hi everyone, happy Pride. During these extraordinary times, it pains me that we're not together to celebrate the way that we usually do. But Pride is so much more than just a parade. Pride is about the beauty and resilience of the LGBTQ community. The community has experienced such profound loss during this crisis, including the loss of the beloved trans leader, Lorena Borjas. It is important that while we grieve, we also make space to celebrate and share strength and solidarity. Finding ways to connect and support each other during this Pride will honor the legacy of those we've lost and sustain the movement that they helped build. The LGBTQ community has made tremendous strides in the fight for equality in the past few years. From the Stonewall protests to healthcare access, the struggle for LGBTQ rights is ongoing, and it will take commitment and persistence from all of us. I am proud to support you in this fight, and I am honored to be an ally to such a diverse community that connects, empowers, and celebrates love through unity. I will continue fighting to ensure New York becomes more just and more inclusive to all. Thank you, everyone. Happy Pride.
Hello, Queen's Pride. I'm Candy Samples, and I'm a singer-songwriter. I wanted to sing a song to dedicate to all of you in Queens and New York City, all of you people that are going out there and doing the work that is needed in this time. And sometimes that means just staying home. But this is a song I wrote years ago, and it's a song that I live my life by. It's a song called Powers for Good. And I'd like to share it for you now. Sometimes the right way may be the long way, but the decision is always fast. The road you've traveled might have some bumps and twists, but the feeling's here at last. Sometimes it's knowing that what you did was right, even though they may not understand. I'll stand behind you, friend. I'll give you my hand. Use your powers for good. We are mere mortals, though the magic runs far. Use your powers for good. It may not be in fashion, be strong in who you are. Keep the passion, feel the fire. May you one day be understood. Keep on marching in stride. Lead the way you decide. Use your powers for good. Superheroes don't just live in fiction, though the look might not be the same. No Cape Crusaders fly high through the air to block the thunder and the rain. What seems impossible, well, it ain't just so, and the key is at arm's length. I'll stand here with you. I'll give you the strength. Oh, I'll give you the strength. We are mere mortals, though the magic runs far. It may not be in fashion, be strong in who you are. Keep the passion, feel the fire. May you one day be understood. Keep on marching in stride. Lead the way you decide. Use your powers for good. And take it from me, I've been around long enough to know all the disappointments, heartbreaks that try to close this one-woman show. But listen to that voice, the one that just won't subside, and say you do what is right. Stand and be counted, don't hide. Well, I say it every year, but folks, thank you for coming to Queen's Pride, because, well, you're using your powers for good, and I thank you. Keep the passion, feel the fire. May you one day be understood. Keep on marching in stride. Lead the way you decide. Use your powers for good. Use your powers for good. Happy Pride.
Hello, my friends. Well, I'm disappointed that I will not see everyone this year for Queen's Pride. I'm grateful we can still come together in spirit. I want to take a moment to commemorate the life, the light, the passion, the fierce determination of Larry Kramer. He was a giant amongst us who left an indelible mark on the LGBTQ community, the city, and the world. May our dear friend rest in power. These have been a trying and difficult few days and months, but we have been through dark days before, and we will once again emerge stronger, united, and more focused than ever before. Today, we celebrate the power in collective action, the power in never accepting the status quo, but fighting every way we can to demand a more fair and just world. I'm proud to celebrate those in the LGBTQ communities of Queens who are engaged in activism, are standing strong in the face of adversity, and are taking part in the movement towards a more tolerant and more inclusive world. It's truly incredible how far the LGBTQ community has come, but we also recognize how much there is to overcome. And now more than ever, at a time when the rights of so many communities are threatened, we must work together to continue this movement. We must come together to fight hate with love. Pride Month is a shining symbol of our love and unity as New Yorkers. It's a symbol of strength and diversity, power through solidarity, leadership, compassion, and determination. Thank you for all that you do and all that you are. Happy Pride, my friends.
Happy Queens Pride Parade Day. This is the 28th Queens Gay Pride, the first one that's virtual, but we in the LGBTQ movement always adapt, but keep fighting. I am an ally of your causes. I am a true believer. We are going to succeed in making America a truly equal place, provided we keep fighting and stick together. Happy Pride Virtual Parade.
Happy Pride 2020, Queens. I'm Chief Terry Monahan, Chief of the Department for the NYPD. The COVID-19 pandemic has hit our city hard, and Queens was certainly no exception. But I'm proud of how we're coming through this. As one of the most diverse counties in the United States, New Yorkers are drawn to Queens, including our LGBTQ communities. Now is the time of the year for us to recognize and celebrate Pride Month. We may not be able to march on 37th Avenue in Jackson Heights or participate in the festivities along 37th Road and Roosevelt Avenue, but we can come together today online to celebrate the LGBTQ communities in Queens. Thank you for your contributions to our great city. On behalf of the NYPD, happy Pride, Queens. I hope to see everyone in person next year.
Happy Pride, Queens. I'm the LGBTQ liaison for the Chief of Department and a proud resident of Queens. Queens Pride is considered the second oldest and the second largest New York City Pride March. The terrible hate crime murder of Julio Rivera was one of the motivating factors to bring Pride visibility to Queens. And if you're old enough, you'll also remember the book Heather Has Two Mommies and Daddy's Roommate. That was the New York City school controversy as the other motivating factor. So shout out to Councilmember Danny Drum for starting Queens Pride. I'm proud to be part of the diversity of Queens, which includes our ethnicities, our languages. Nearly half of us are foreign born, and Queens has one of the largest transgender and gender nonconforming populations in New York City. We have a lot to be proud of in Queens, so happy Pride Day. As the LGBTQ liaison for the department, I want to remind you that I'm here for you. If you have concerns, if you would like to discuss something with me, or need assistance with a police matter, I can be reached at carl.lock@nypd.org. Happy Pride, Queens.
Oh no, I know Queens Pride is not having a celebration and the 115 was not invited. I have been here for the last 19 years and I plan to be here when we get back. And I'll say one thing, Queensboro, happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
2, 3.
Hi, I'm Toby Stavisky and I'm proud to be a member of the New York State Senate. It seems like a long time ago that we came together. I think it was a snowy night in February in Astoria for Queen's Pride dinner. And I've always felt very much a part of the LGBT family. We're a very inclusive and welcoming group of folks who live in Queens. I was asked what it means to be allied with the LGBT community. And to me, it's no different than any other community. We work together. We don't think of each other in terms of descriptions, but in terms of working together. And to me, that's what Queens is all about. The diversity, the inclusiveness, the welcoming nature. And it's been a long struggle, and I've always appreciated your support in my 20 years of service as a state senator. People have asked me, what's the most memorable part of your service in the state Senate? And that's one of the few easy questions. It was that night, it was a Friday night, when for the third time, I cast my vote for marriage equality. I know many of you were listening that night. It was truly a memorable experience. And when the governor came on the floor and we all milled around, I said to myself, this is why I was elected, to help everybody. Obviously, we have a long way to go, but I'm proud of the service that I have provided. But I'm even prouder of what has been accomplished. I was appointed chair of the Committee on Higher Education, and the very first bill that I reported out of committee was the ban on conversion therapy. I had promised the Democratic Club that fall when I was running for re-election that I not only supported the ban, but I was going to make sure it was enacted if we had the majority. And the second bill that I reported out of the Higher Education Committee was the DREAM Act. These are major pieces of legislation, and the LGBT community has always been part of the conversation, but even more importantly, part of the result. And I thank you for your service. We have a long way to go during these terrible days. We face daunting budget deficits, but I am convinced that things are getting better and that hopefully we will continue to work together for many years to come and to celebrate many Pride events. So enjoy the Pride Week. Thank you.
My name is Rappy Castillo.
And I'm Shauna Morlock. We're the co-chairs of QUIP, Queens United Independent Progressives.
We want to wish everyone a very happy Pride Month. We're so excited to be part of Queens Pride today.
Things have been especially hard for our communities here in Queens in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. Mutual aid networks have popped up throughout the borough, and it's inspiring to see our neighbors helping each other.
And we would like to thank everyone who are doing all the work. And in the spirit of pride, we are in solidarity with the protests of our Black brothers and sisters for police accountability. Police brutality has been the scourge of Black lives, and as long as there is no justice, our communities cannot have peace, our communities cannot have freedom. What we need right now is healing. And as Queens Pride celebrate freedom, we continue to fight for the freedom of Black lives to live.
We understand that we will never fully understand. Regardless, we stand with you and QUIP stands with you.
Be safe and be well. We can't wait to be marching with you all next year for Queens Pride.
Happy Pride!
Hi everyone, I'm Congresswoman Grace Meng, representing the 6th Congressional District here in Queens. While we can't gather and celebrate in person this year, I'm honored to gather with you virtually and wish everyone a happy Pride. Pride is an important celebration, allowing the LGBTQ community a safe space for individuals to be free and proud of who they are. As the Vice Chair of the LGBTQ plus Equality Caucus, I'm proud to be an ally to the community. And being an ally means using my voice in Congress to support and amplify your voices. Pride is important to me. I always want to make sure that every one of my constituents, no matter how they identify, feel free to express who they are. The LGBTQ plus community has made great strides thanks to the hard work of advocates and activists in the community like yourselves. In Congress, we passed the Equality Act, which is a landmark piece of legislation that would ensure explicit non-discrimination provisions for our LGBTQ plus communities. However, we still have a lot of work to do in the face of continued attacks on our civil liberties. I will continue to fight for equality, equality for all, and I will always stand with you in the fight for dignity, for respect, and freedom from discrimination. Thank you again to our Queens Pride community for all your hard work, and happy Pride.
That was fantastic. I can't believe that was amazing. We're wrapping up our own individual hosting element. And Candy, it's been a pleasure to host with you again, as always.
I always love this. I wish we could be in the same room.
I know.
But we're on the same screen now.
We're on the same screen. We're all part of the same family. And when it is safe, I can't wait to give you a gigantic hug and wish you a happy Pride. In the meantime, I really want to thank the Queen's Pride Committee who have figured out how to make all of this work at the last possible second. I want to thank all of our city officials in New York City who have not only supported Pride over the years, but are also doing an amazing job of keeping us safe and keeping us informed during this pandemic. I want to thank all of our New York State officials. I want to thank the entire city of New York. You guys have been amazing. Every night at 7 o'clock, banging those pots and pans. We live in a giant, wonderful community, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. I'm so proud to be part of the LGBT community in Queens. Coming up next, we have a great after party in Candy.
Yes, we've got a DJ. We're going to have a virtual dance party, and folks, y'all know I don't dance. You know I don't dance, but because you've seen me at Winter Pride. And which I can't wait for that to come back. But I'd love to cut a rug at Winter Pride, and I'm gonna dance like that fool now. So DJ, take it away.
Happy Pride, everyone!
Woohoo!